Hey everyone, if you're managing diabetes, you know that frustrating feeling, right? Waking up, checking your sugar, and it's already high before you've even had a single bite to eat. But what if I told you the key to flipping that script is all in your first meal? Today, we're going to dive into 9 scientifically backed breakfasts that are designed to stabilize your blood sugar, stop those annoying glucose spikes, and actually help improve your A1C. Let's get right into it.
So let me ask you this. Is your breakfast fighting you? It sounds dramatic, but it's a really serious question. The wrong first meal of the day can be like a silent saboteur. It can spike your glucose for hours, making your body work way overtime. And over time, that pushes up your A1C, your average blood sugar over a few months, and it just sets this really challenging tone for the entire day. The impact of that first meal? It's way bigger than most of us think.
I mean, just look at the difference here. A breakfast that seems healthy, like a bowl of cereal or some toast, can hit your system like a straight-up sugar bomb, causing that sharp, nasty spike. But the right breakfast, it does the exact opposite. It gives you a steady, stable stream of energy. It sets you up for metabolic success and even better insulin sensitivity for the rest of the day. That first meal really, truly sets the stage.
So how do we build that better breakfast? Well, it all starts with protein. I want you to think of protein as the cornerstone of a metabolic fortress, one that protects you all day long. So let's jump into our first few protein-powered options. First up, we've got a classic, and it's a classic for a very good reason: eggs with non-starchy vegetables. This isn't just a tasty meal, it's a full-on metabolic strategy. The eggs give you that high-quality protein that digests really slowly. And the veggies, think spinach, bell peppers, they add crucial fiber with almost no carbs. It's this powerful 1-2 punch that stops that post-meal glucose spike right in its tracks.
And the research? It shows just how powerful this one little switch can be. Just making this one change, swapping out a carb-heavy breakfast for something like a veggie omelet, can lead to an A1C reduction of up to 1.3 percentage points. Now, for anyone managing diabetes, that's not just a number. That is a life-changing result, all from one simple daily habit. Okay. Our next two protein powerhouses are Greek yogurt with a handful of nuts and cottage cheese with some seeds sprinkled on top. The real magic here is in the synergy. You're getting slow-digesting protein from the dairy, and then you're adding healthy fats and fiber from the nuts or seeds. That combination is practically engineered to keep you feeling full and your blood sugar rock solid for hours.
Now let's break down the numbers, because this is where it gets really impressive. A single cup of Greek yogurt, that packs 15 to 20 grams of protein. Cottage cheese? Whoa, even more. We're talking 24 to 28 grams. Now look at the carbs. Just 6 to 9 grams for both. This incredible protein-to-carb ratio, that is the secret formula for preventing a glucose spike.
Okay, a few really critical tips to make sure you get the most out of these meals. First, and this is non-negotiable, always go for plain, unsweetened yogurt. The flavored kinds are packed with hidden sugar. Second, try cooking your eggs in olive oil. Some studies suggest that saturated fats, like from butter, can actually make insulin resistance a little bit worse. And finally, just remember that balance is key. These are powerful tools, not a free-for-all.
All right, on to our next category. This is all about the secret weapon for blunting glucose absorption: fiber. If protein is the wall of your metabolic fortress, think of fiber as the moat that slows down any sugar trying to rush your system.
Our first fiber-rich game-changer is oatmeal. But, and listen up because this is a big but, not all oatmeal is created equal. I'm talking about the minimally processed steel-cut oats, not those little instant packets. Why? Because those packets are often loaded with sugar, and they're processed in a way that makes your body absorb them way too fast.
So what's the secret sauce in steel-cut oats? It's this incredible soluble fiber called beta-glucan. Here's how it works. When it hits your gut, it forms this thick, gel-like barrier. And that barrier physically slows down how fast you digest carbs by as much as 52%. That prevents that sudden flood of sugar from hitting your bloodstream. It's pretty amazing.
The glycemic index is just a simple way to measure how fast a food spikes your blood sugar, and lower is always better. You can see it right here. White bread, that's a huge rapid spike. Instant oatmeal is better, but still in the middle. But look at steel-cut oats, way down there in the low-impact zone. This visual just shows you exactly why that choice is so incredibly important. Next up in our Fiber Hall of Fame is chia seed pudding. And seriously, don't let their tiny size fool you. These little seeds are an absolute powerhouse for controlling glucose. Get this, just 3 tablespoons pack an incredible 11 grams of fiber.
So how do they work? This quote from the source material explains it perfectly.
They can absorb 10 to 12 times their weight in liquid, forming a gel matrix that fundamentally alters how your digestive system processes nutrients. Just like the beta-glucan in oats, this gel slows everything down. In fact, it can slow gastric emptying by up to 58%. In plain English, that means you stay full longer and your blood sugar stays stable for hours and hours. All right, for our last section, we're diving into some unexpected powerhouses. These are the surprising but super effective breakfast options that a lot of people just overlook, but they can make a massive difference.
Let's kick it off with a trendy one, avocado toast. But there's a catch. The magic isn't just the avocado. It's the combo of its healthy fats with a true low-glycemic bread, like a sprouted grain bread. If you use regular white bread, you basically cancel out all the benefits. The bread choice is crucial. And here's why it works so well. I mean, look at this breakdown of an avocado. It's almost entirely made of healthy fats and fiber. What that combination does is it acts like a buffer in your digestive system, slowing down the absorption of the carbs from that toast by up to 55%. It's incredible.
So what about smoothies? I know what you're probably thinking. They're just sugar bombs in a glass. And yeah, a lot of them are. But a smart smoothie, where you are in complete control of every single ingredient, can be a fantastic tool for managing your blood sugar.
So what are the rules for a smart smoothie? Well, first, it must have a scoop of protein powder and a source of fiber like flax seeds or chia seeds. That's non-negotiable. It must use an unsweetened liquid like almond milk, absolutely no fruit juice. And here's a pro tip most people miss. Drink it slowly. If you gulp it down, your body absorbs it too quickly and you lose some of the benefits of all that good fiber.
Okay, here we are. We've reached our final and maybe the most surprising breakfast on the list. The research actually calls this one the most underestimated diabetic superfood, and it's something a lot of you probably have sitting in your pantry right this second.
And there it is, a breakfast based on lentils or beans. Now, I know it might sound a little weird for a morning meal, but trust me, legumes are metabolic powerhouses. They have this unique combination of protein, fiber, and something called resistant starch that makes them unbelievably effective for blood sugar control.
The impact is it's remarkable. Research points to a potential 31 to 42% improvement in insulin sensitivity. To put that in simple terms, it means your body gets way better at using the insulin it already has, which takes a huge amount of stress off your system. That level of improvement is just astounding.
So after going through all 9 of these options, what's the big takeaway? It really all boils down to 4 master principles. Number 1, prioritize protein to build that metabolic fortress. 2, focus on fiber to slow everything down. 3, bring in healthy fats to help with insulin sensitivity. And finally, avoid those added sugars and refined carbs that just undermine all your hard work. Master these principles, and you can master your breakfast.
Look, at the end of the day, your breakfast can either work for you or can work against you. The choice you make first thing in the morning really does set the metabolic tone for your entire day. So my question to you is this: which one of these are you going to try first? Let me know in the comments. You never know who you might inspire to make a great change. Thanks for tuning in.